Hey, welcome to Sipper Social Club. I'm Jeremy, and tonight I'm reviewing the Campbeltown Loch, a blended malt from the 3 distilleries in Campbeltown, Springbank, Glengyle, and Glen Scotia. How does this compare with other stuff released from that region? I'll let you know when I know to taste it and give it a mark. Alright, so this is coming in at 46% ABV. Just in case you are unaware, a blended malt is, of course, a blend of single malts. It says it uses 5 different single malts in this with ex-bourbon and ex-sherry. Let's see how this is on the nose. So the very first time I nosed this, I'm like, oh, this actually noses just like Lecheg kind of style peat. That kind of quickly dissipated, and then I'm getting like a sherried Glen Scotia. The very first thing I thought about when I tried this whiskey, this is a sherried Victoriana. I was like, this just tastes like Victoriana. I actually pulled out a bottle of the Glen Scotia Victoriana just to kind of compare. It's not that similar, but that was kind of my first inclination on the nose. But what you're getting here is very like cranberry sauce. It's like hot apple cider, cinnamon, Christmassy kind of notes, kind of that vibe to it. It's very Christmas spice, Christmas inspired on the nose for sure. Get like a really nice, like kind of like, not a mint candy cane, but like a fruit candy cane. Really, very good. Yeah, just like warm spices, very enjoyable nose for sure. Let's go palate. Oh yeah, just glorious on the palate. Those like Christmas spices carry over. It's very much that kind of forward style. The palate is all Campbeltown. Definitely get a good amount of Springbank influence on the finish. You get that Springbank funk kind of characteristic coming through right on the tail end. It's kind of like a musty kind of style peat, a little bit different, but you definitely feel like it's Campbeltown for sure. The fig jam, the blackberry notes, very, very good on this. It's old leather, and then I get this kind of like a margarita salted rim, like just like the salt and the lime combo. Very interesting note, love it quite a bit. Definitely a good amount of sherry influence on this. I mean, it's a pretty dark whiskey. You get quite a bit of those like Oloroso spicy characteristics. Again, I said that fig, salted caramel, dark fruit kind of comes through. I would say you can definitely pick out like the Glen Scotia aspect to this and the Springbank aspect to it. Those 2 distilleries kind of pop in my mind for sure when you're trying this. Glengyle, Kilkerran stuff, I mean, maybe that's in the background. I would say if you broke this down of like what percentage is in this, I would say it's probably mostly Glen Scotia and then Springbank and then Glengyle. That's probably not right, but that's what I'm getting. There's definitely some good Springbank casts in here because you do get a lot of Springbank elements in this. I would say it's not overly complex, but what you're getting is very, very delicious whiskey. This is a Christmas pour. This is like what I would pour if I'm thinking Christmas time. And actually the Campbeltown Loch, it was released quite a bit, I think back in the early 2000s. Then there was like a 5-year gap and they kind of re-released this in 2021. But it used to be like a Christmas edition special, I believe. Let's talk score on this one. Like I said, it's not overly complex, but what you get is absolutely delicious. Very, very solid, 87.5 out of 100. Let's talk value. I paid $72 US for this. I think that price is a good value for this thing. I'm gonna bump up the score a half point, which makes it to 88, which is where I would say go out and buy this thing completely blind. It drinks probably like around, I don't know, maybe like 8 to 10 years old. Very, very solid indeed. Let me know in the comments down below, have you tried the Campbeltown Loch? And if you've tried one of the really older ones, let me know as well. I'd be really interested to hear how this blended has changed over time. This is my very first experience with it, but I think it's very, very good. And maybe seek out one of those older bottles. I don't know what they go for at auction. I'm sure they're quite expensive. I think there were some older age statements, up to 30 years old, which I would imagine would be very, very good and very, very expensive on the secondary market. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Really much appreciate it. Have a good one. Cheers.